Most people want to start businesses, but the fear of failure often holds them back. Unfortunately, failing in business is very common, as research indicates that about 20% of new startups do not live to see their first birthday. 96% of these businesses do not live past 10 years. They fail in the span of 10 years. A meager 4% is what survives, and mark you, it doesn't mean that they succeed. It only shows that they survive the span of 10 years. So why do these many businesses fail? Why do we hear stories of people saying that I failed in 5, 10 businesses before I finally succeeded? In today's video, we're going to be looking at some of the reasons, proven reasons why businesses fail. So welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Eunice. In this channel, we talk about finances, investments, business ideas, and everything that will help us to create or build wealth. So please consider subscribing to this channel for this and more insightful videos. So one of the reasons why many businesses fail is lack of sufficient capital or funding. When going into business, most people go in with the mindset of, I'll start small, I'll build on, I'll plow back profit, and I'll build from there. Unfortunately, when you start this business, you realize that there's so many costs involved. And if you've not planned prior, then you will not be able to survive in this area, because there are costs that are involved, like wages, salaries, then you have rent that has to be paid every month, and these can really be quite heavy on the entrepreneur or on the capital that you have. So if you don't get into business with sufficient capital, something that maybe to cushion you for the next, period of 6 months or 1 year, until the business is able to stand and be able to meet the expenses, or even until the business breaks even, that is a period of 36 months, then you're doomed. And the chances are this business will not survive. So it is important that when you're getting into business, always consider the amount of capital you're going to the business with, so that you're able to balance and to know how long this capital or whatever funding that you have can be able to hold you, into the business, or for how long the capital that you have can sustain you. Just do your maths and know whether the moves that you're making are right moves. Number 2 of the reasons why many businesses fail is a lack of understanding of the market that the business operates in. In most times, we have businesses do not operate in the same market, and we realize that the product lines that are offered also have their markets behave differently. You realize that there are some products or some line of trade where the product life can only last for a period of 6 months. So if you're not able to, to learn your market well enough, to study and to be able to innovate, and to be able to come up with new ideas, then your business will not survive, because it will not fit with the current trends, market trends. So it is always important to check on the market trends, to learn the business, to understand the market trends of that particular line of business. Number 3 of the reasons why many businesses fail is lack of proper bookkeeping. Or lack of it. Some businesses don't even have books where they keep their books of accounts. And bookkeeping is very important to every business, because investors, this is what the investors will always ask when they want to see whether they can invest in a particular business. Or when you're looking, financials will always look at your books of account, will always look at your books to see your credit worthiness or how the business is performing. So bookkeeping is very important. It just helps a business owner to track, how the business is performing. It will help track on your purchases, track on your sales, and everything else that involves running of a business. So if you don't keep your books, or you don't have a proper, bookkeeping system, then it means that you'll not be able to go back and see how the business is performing or how you're generally doing it. Therefore, you will not be able to track and see where you're failing, or what is not happening, or what is, it's not right. So it is important to have a proper bookkeeping system that will help you go back and see, or even help other stakeholders or investors or financials who might want to come and invest in your business, to see how this business is actually performing. So a lack of proper bookkeeping system is one reason why many businesses fail. Another reason why many businesses fail is the issue of copy pasting. You realize that many businesses are a copy of others. a business person would go into a certain area and see a particular business and assume that this business is performing so well, without even the understanding of how long the business has been running, or what strategies that that business owner use, or how, what have they gone through for them to get to where they are. They just copy the type of business and they come and put it somewhere else. So when you come and start a business that you have no knowledge of, you do not know why it is performing so well on this other side, definitely you'll be doomed to fail. You'll be doomed. And it's a good recipe for failure. So a lack of understanding a particular business and just copy pasting it is one of the way or the reasons why many businesses Another reason why many businesses fail is due to lack of a strategy, or in some cases a business plan. A business plan will always help explain the vision, the mission for a business, the goals and the objectives of a business. Maybe sometimes it will give strategies of where the business wants to, or where the business is meant to be in a span of 3 to 5 years. It lays out the objectives of the business. And so if a business does not have a well laid out business plan, then it would mean that there is no sense of direction. Therefore, even those who are working for this business, or even the stakeholders, will not understand what direction is this business headed to. And in most cases, if you do not have a plan, if you do not have a strategy, then it's so hard to work towards something, because you do not have a set goals and you do not have a way of working towards a particular goal that has been set. So lack of this, then it will mean that even the business operations, since they do not have, a sense of direction, or they do not have some certain goals that has been set, the operations will not match, where the business is supposed to be. And sometimes even lack of a strategy, it makes it hard even for the business to, take off from the ground. And this will lead to a business failure. So it's important to have a proper business plan in place before starting a business, and seek to stick to it in order for the business to succeed, or the business to be able to perform well enough and to be profitable enough. Another reason why many businesses fail is lack of seeking professional advice. And this is where I come in. As your business coach. Yeah. So most of the times you realize that, yes, an entrepreneur has done many businesses, and maybe most of the times they have succeeded, but they want to enter into this particular line of business, something that they do not have even prior knowledge about. And the fact that most of the time that people have money, or they have ready funds to start a business, it makes them feel like they are ready enough. Unfortunately, this is not usually the case, because if you do not have an understanding of a particular line of business, then it will be hard for you you can start the business, but it will be hard for you to work, to make this business profitable, or even to maintain, to continue working, to maintain the profitability of this business. So it's always so important to seek professional advice. When you want to start a new line of business, or we want to venture into a new line of business, this will definitely help you, to succeed in it, and to learn maybe the new ropes that are required, or maybe what will be required of you, or what channels to take, or to go through. So it is important always to seek professional advice, because this will help you, it will shelve you from failing in this particular line of business. The next reason why many businesses fail is excessive drawings. And by this, I mean drawing for personal use. When a business owner keeps on drawing money or goods, or taking away goods from the business, then it means that there's a hole that is being created. If this hole is not filled, or the goods have not been replenished, that would mean is that there wouldn't be enough materials for the production process to achieve a desired output. So if there's a continuation of drawings by the business owner, then it would mean that the business will not be able to sustain the production process, or they might not be able to have the desired output or goods, to take to the market that will help sustain the running or the production flow. So with time, it would mean that the production might stall, or maybe the running of the business might stall, because there isn't sufficient, stock in the business, that will ensure that the business is profitable. And at the end of the day, this business will fail. So it is important for the business owner to be mindful of their drawings from the business. The next point would be, poor location. Most times we find that business people would go to a certain area and find a business that has done so well, and they would want to, to come and start up this business. Or sometimes you have this idea of a business in your mind and you just want to start without doing proper background check or maybe proper research to find out whether this particular place where you found shop, whether it is good enough for this particular line of business that you want to venture in. Because if there isn't, a market, or there isn't a need for the goods that you want to offer, what it will mean that you will be the one, to push for demand, to seek, to look for demand. And it might not be sustainable at the end of the day, because even if you want to push, your goods to the clients, what it would mean that, and the clients are not in need of these goods, it would mean that this strategy will be short-lived. And therefore, your business will be doomed. So it is always important to look for a location that is good enough for the particular type of business that you want to put. If you don't have an idea of the business you want to put and you have a location, just do a proper research to find out what will be, what the need for that particular area, other than just starting a business blindly, because this is one of the reasons why many businesses fail. So thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to this channel, and until next time, it's a bye-bye for now.